Let's be upfront. Persuasion is all about manipulating other people's behavior. Now, at first, that might sound immoral, but it doesn't have to be. A lot of this research has actually been on stuff like how to make people donate more, or how to increase environmentally friendly behavior. So, whether you're asking for a favor or trying to create a better world, here are the top 4 tricks on persuasion. Number 1. Give before you ask. Now, you might think that this rule is common sense, yet it's been completely forgotten in today's society. With social media, people have become shameless in asking favors because it's all so depersonalized. For example, you might have seen crowdfunding sites or pleas on your Facebook wall asking for money to help out a personal cause. There's even campaigns where students simply ask the internet to pay for their college tuitions. As you can guess, they're not very successful. You can't just ask something for nothing. If you really wanted something from others, you have to first offer them something of value. Only then will they want to help you out. Even small offers will work. For example, if a waiter gives customers 2 mints, tips increased by 14%. Even better, if he gives them 1 mint, starts walking away, but then turns around and offers another mint, tips increased by 21%. Now, 2 mints clearly aren't worth that much money. Yet, the power of reciprocity is so strong that people feel the urge to repay the kindness and then some more. So, if you really want something, remember to always give before you ask. Number 2. Money won't always work. After following that rule, you might be thinking, okay, I can offer money. However, this won't always work. For example, experiments show that when volunteers were paid for their work, they actually worked less compared to when they did it for free. Why? Well, when you pay people to do something, they'll think, okay, I'm doing this for the money. However, when you don't, since there's no clear reward, they rationalize it as, I'm doing this because I enjoy the task. As such, they're more motivated to do well. This is known as the over-justification effect. The same thing happens when you ask lawyers if they'd help needy retirees for $30 an hour. They just didn't want to help. But if you asked, could you help for free? The lawyers overwhelmingly said yes. Here, it wasn't about the money anymore. It became about giving back to the community. So, if you want people to do meaningful work, money can't be the only motivator. Instead, appeal to other values like giving back to society. Number 3. Use conformity. As much as we like to think we're individuals, people still largely conform to social norms. So, to change their behavior, convince them that everyone else is doing it. For example, one hotel tried to increase towel reusage. They put a sign that said, 75% of guests who stayed in this room reused their towels. Join them in saving the environment. This simple sign alone increased towel reuse by 44%. Now, this rule seems simple to follow, but there's a fatal caveat, and so many ad campaigns have fallen into this trap. See, there are actually 2 types of norms. Descriptive norms, which are about what other people do, and injunctive norms, which are about what other people think should be done. You should never let these 2 norms conflict. Take the example of an ad like, obesity is an epidemic, buck the trend and be healthy. Here, you have 2 conflicting norms. You're told that while other people are acting unhealthy, you yourself should be acting healthy. When this conflict occurs, the ad not only fails to increase healthy behavior, it makes people less willing to eat healthily. Basically, the ad worked against itself. This is concerning because so many campaigns have this design. Another example is, developed countries waste too much energy, therefore we should conserve. But research shows that once again, this message makes people less willing to conserve. If you really wanted a persuasive message, the 2 norms should always match, such as, most teenagers don't do cocaine, you shouldn't either. Therefore, make sure to use the power of conformity correctly. And number 4, point out their hypocrisy. People hate being hypocrites. This is something we can exploit. For example, one experiment had people preach to others about the importance of wearing condoms. The fact that this message was public is important because it meant the participants couldn't just take back their message. They were committed to it. Next, they were reminded of their own past failures to use condoms. By simply highlighting this hypocrisy, these participants started acting more consistently and consequently increased condom usage. The same thing happened with smokers. When told to create a public message about how smoking is bad, their commitment against smoking clashed with their actual smoking habits. And as expected, after 6 months, they had a higher abstinence rate compared to control subjects. So, to change behavior, make the person publicly commit to something and then point out their hypocritical behavior. And those are the top 4 tricks on persuasion.